that world premiere. We'll be back there live a little later on. Now, having written the anthem for the Diamond Jubilee and special lullabies for the latest members of the royal family, the world-renowned composer Olga Tomasbosovskaya is back with a new piece of music, this time celebrating the Queen and the Duke of Edinburgh's 70th wedding anniversary. It is later this month. We'll be catching up with Olga in just a moment. First, here is a taste of the Royal Platinum Love Song. Delighted to say that Olga is with us now. Lovely to see you. It's so cinematic. It's so filmic. Was that the aim with the piece?
Thank you for inviting me. I'm delighted to be here, Anthony. Any music I write apparently comes out as a filmic because I think of music in a visual way. Everything for me is a film images, and writing film music is something most interesting for me. And whatever I write, for me, it comes out usually very cinematic. So you picked up on it.
To be a royal composer as well, it is, a time gone by, that is what composers would do. They would write music for monarchs, to write pieces for the royal family. How did that come about?
Well, first of all, I will make it clear that I would not call myself a royal composer, because for that I have to be writing music by the royal appointment. I want to make sure that I will not mislead anybody. I am a resident composer for wonderful charity Cruse Bereavement Care, where Her Majesty is a patron, and I'm writing private musical gifts for the royal household on behalf of the charity, commemorating most of the important events of the royal family. So that, just to make sure, I would never call myself royal composer.
You've had the privilege of meeting the Queen, though, and presenting your music to her. What was that like?
It was a very special, unique experience. I was very honored and privileged to present my piece to Her Majesty, and it was a piece dedicated to the memory of the Queen Mother. And it was at St. James's Palace, and I tell you the truth, when I entered the palace and I heard also my music played on harp, and it was the experience I couldn't compare to anything else. I heard my music in the theatre, I heard it on the radio, but when I heard it in the palace, I cried. I had tears in my eyes. It was a beautiful event. It was Golden Jubilee of Cruse Bereavement Care, and Her Majesty hosted this event in St. James's Palace.
Yes. You must tell us a little bit more about the charity, because some of the work from this single will go to support that organisation.
All proceeds are going to support this organization. I donate 100% from sales. So that is a very special organization for me, which I really hold very close to my heart. It is support bereavement in any form, and I believe that perhaps it's one of the cases, one of the causes which nobody normal mentally can avoid in life, unless you're a sociopath. Yeah. You will experience bereavement in your life. So that is the charity for everybody. And Her Majesty is a royal patron, and I really love this charity, a very special one.
And aside from the pieces that you've created for the royal family, there have been other huge amounts of work for film and for television as well. Just give us a sense of the projects you've been involved with.
Speaking of film music, it's quite interesting. I'm writing here private musical gifts for the royal household. At the same time, I'm writing musical gifts for every event I'm commissioned in the Hollywood famous legendary Douglas family, Kirk Douglas, and I'm writing music for every event in their family as well. For their weddings, or for Kirk's birthday, for when Kirk's one street in Palm Springs was named after him, which was originally Airport Road and was renamed in Kirk Douglas Way. And I wrote music for that event and was privileged to perform there. So that is quite interesting that it's happening in the States at the same time as I'm doing here. Yes, I did quite a lot for the radio, but I really love music for productions, because for me music, it's like some program which runs in my head, background application, which constantly runs, and whatever I see, anything visual gives me ideas of music, so I'm constantly composing.
Lovely to have a soundtrack to your own life. Olga, lovely to meet you. Thank you so much for telling us all about the new piece of music you've written. It is called Royal Platinum Love Song, and it is out later this week. All of the proceeds going to that important charity, that bereavement charity that Olga mentioned. Stay with us. You're